Hey, welcome back. Quarter past the top of the hour. High noon Eastern here. We are high atop the financial capital of the world. Dow Jones still holding on to that 26,000, just dipping a little bit below there. Seems to be some support. And cryptocurrency hot today with Bitcoin at 8,200, breaking through 8,000. I think if it settles here in the 8s and gets a little support, it could bounce through 9,000. So keep your eye on that. And keep your eye on the screen right now because we have Sue Fennessy with us. She's the CEO and co-founder of WeAre8.com. Sue, thank you for joining us on Liquid Lunch. As always, Frank Morano joins us to coach me, give me hand signals, feed me lines. Sue, thanks for joining us today. Really appreciate it.
Great to be here. So
you are an expert in many things, but social media, interactions, communications, that's where your zen is. And we're suffering as citizens with censorship, with privacy, with being spied on. Tell our audience what the biggest things they should be looking out for in those areas, because everybody's interacting. Supposedly everyone has at least 5 social media accounts. So what can people really do to just take a little privacy back?
Yeah, so my true zen, John, is the technology, building the data engine that can restore the humanity in the media ecosystem that we live in today. And I honestly think that even though governments are doing a brilliant job in trying to set regulation around a lot of the walled gardens like Facebook and Google that control all of our data, people have actually surrendered to it. So we think it needs a lot more than a government construct to restore some humanity and protection. What we believe is that there needs to be an economic construct, and that's what we've built, that enables people to sell effectively their personal data and get rewarded for their time, their advocacy, their creativity, because most people have surrendered.
So it's like crowdsourced restoration of humanity is what you're saying.
Yeah, it's
like
very...
we the people have to kind of band back together, and
Absolutely.
Unfortunately it is a little scary, right, when you say we want to build a database that could create the system to restore humanity. So we almost need artificial intelligence to get back to humanity.
Yeah, well, it's out there. Facebook and Google and banks and retailers have it all today. We've surrendered that, but we're not in the economic equation. We're not getting valued for our time and our data. So the framework that we've built gives people back that control, visibility over what they have, and gives them the choice on whether they want to get paid for it. And the construct around that is where you get sponsored by brands directly. So
I'm sorry to interrupt, but so this is a choice that individuals can make on their own, or is this a choice that the individual social media companies need to allow to have happen?
Well, I think it's going to be a long journey if we're waiting for them to change what they're doing today. So the construct that we've built and the technology enables every single individual to have the choice on what brands can use their data, how it's used, and what they're giving up, and what they're getting in return.
I mean, this sounds terrific. If people want to start getting paid for their data, what's the first step?
Download WeAre8. So it's an app infrastructure. We really imagine a world...
This is in the App Store?
This is in the App Store.
Okay, so let's do a little gratuitous promotion. If you're watching, right now, a little later, set a reminder, go into the App Store and get WeAre8.com. Go get it, please, and then she'll be happy. She'll come back on again the next time. But you know, the show is about markets and where they meet politics and entrepreneurism and stuff like that. As you know, today's Women Wednesday. So I think myself personally, being in the Wall Street area, I think social media and expression has helped women really catch up to men and even move ahead of men. It's been a big part of what I see the workforce shifting.
Yeah, if we controlled the economic outcome of our time on social media, then what you're saying would be true. But the truth is, essentially Facebook and Google and all the middlemen are acting as that and trading us. We're creating all the content for free, and they're selling us
This is great.
and taking all the money back into Silicon Valley.
You know what we're doing on this
What are
show
you
on
doing?
Liquid Lunch? Well, we're talking to purple people, so we're not people that are all red or all blue, but some shades in the middle
I
politically.
love
Okay,
that.
the purple people, and
Yeah.
they're not represented. Okay,
Yeah.
but I say every day to start the show. It's noon on Wall Street. Liquid Lunch is open for business. It's like a double entendre. The bar's open, but we're also open for business. We want business owners to come in here,
Yeah.
professionals, executives, and try to find connections. And I'm just thinking in my head, very good friend of mine, a publicly traded company called Social Reality. The symbol is SRAX on the NASDAQ. They have a platform that pays you to allow you to tell them what you want and don't want to see. So I think I need to
From an
introduce you
ad.
guys. Yes, exactly. So you can click off. I take ads from these people. I don't want to see anything from these folks. And then whatever they make off that, you get half.
Yeah, it's interesting because
So they pay you to let
Yeah.
you, they're like you said, we're being traded.
So
But we're not in on the joke.
absolutely. And 40%, a Federal Reserve statistic, 40% of all Americans can't find $400 in an emergency.
That's right.
So we, the people, are the workforce.
Can I
We're the-
maybe make that intro?
Yes,
It's a
I'd
publicly
love
traded
that,
company, good friend,
John.
the CEO,
Thank
fully
you.
ordered, real good company, and the concept is there. People, it's hard, it's hard for people to even understand, wait a minute, I can get paid?
I'm valuable.
Yeah.
We're waking up to our power and our value.
And now, Sue, I know you also lived in China for 4 years, right?
Yes.
This is a place that the big tech companies are so eager to get into, even if it means completely rewriting their standard business practices and their terms of service. How much of a global game changer in the tech sphere are countries like China and India, because of their massive population centers that are still, in some instances, largely untapped? How much of a game changer are countries like that?
A massive game. I mean, that's why we started build, and I'm glad I came up through Asia, because they've just got such large populations and growing middle classes. It's the scale, and we think they're untapped, but actually if we look at a lot of the Asian technologies that really have the stronghold in those markets, they're just not accepting the big behemoths from the US in the same way. And I understand why. We've always tried to push our technology on those markets. We 8, which is a lucky number in Asia and China.
Every deal I've ever done with an Asian company, I always try to structure I say fun with numbers. I always try to structure the numbers so that everything ends in like 88 or 888, or you know what I mean? We did an offering once that was being, marketed in Asia, and we made the effective date 12/18/18. See what I'm saying?
Nice.
It was a win, but it was a win to have you with us today, and
Thank
I want to hopefully introduce you to my friend, because I think you guys
That'd
are
be
onto the
lovely.
same thing. And we here on Liquid Lunch are doing something similar, where we have one of our good friends and sponsors of the show, the ABBC Foundation. They're a cryptocurrency foundation. You can use their product to buy e-commerce on. You can use their coin to buy e-commerce online anywhere and get discounts for using the coin. We're doing a contest where they're giving one lucky viewer $25,000 worth of their cryptocurrency this Friday. So
fantastic.
We're incentivizing our viewers to watch and win, just like you want to do. Empower the viewer, the creator of the content or the advertising revenue or something. So we got to do a little
imagine-
Wonder Twins and do
Absolutely.
more together.
Because imagine if 5 million of your viewers were sponsored to share out your content.
Without a
Huge
doubt.
reach.